You can't take everybody with you. There's a hard truth that most people don't want to hear. But if you're going to grow, if you're going to elevate, if you're going to step into your purpose, you've got to learn this: you can't take everybody with you. Everybody can't go where you're going. Everybody doesn't have the same hunger you have. Everybody doesn't see the vision you see. And if you spend your life trying to carry people who ain't meant to be in your future, you'll never reach it. You'll stay stuck. Not because you couldn't do it, but because you didn't know when to let go. It's not about thinking you're better than anybody. It's about recognizing that your destiny requires focus, discipline, and alignment. And some folks, they ain't aligned with your future. They're connected to your past. They only knew the old you, the version of you that played it small, the version of you that settled. But now you're stepping into something greater. And that old environment, that old circle, that can't go with you. There comes a time in your life when you realize that growth and comfort do not coexist. Growth demands change, and change often requires separation. You may have started with a group of friends, people you've known for years, maybe even family. But as you begin to rise, as you begin to think differently, act differently, and chase something greater, you'll notice something. Everyone won't go with you. Some people you thought would always be by your side start falling off. They don't understand your vision. They mock your ambition. They question your sacrifices. And it hurts because you care about them. But let me tell you something. Your destiny is too important to sacrifice for the sake of keeping people comfortable. You can't shrink yourself to fit the environment you were called to rise above. You can't stay stuck just because it's familiar. There will be seasons when you have to walk alone, when you have to outgrow the group, and it will feel lonely. But don't mistake that loneliness for being lost. That loneliness is the evidence that you're transitioning from one level of your life to another. You see, the people you started with might not have the capacity to handle where you're going. They were good for your past, but they're not built for your future. Some people are anchors, not wings, and you'll never fly until you cut the weight. You can love them, but don't let them limit you. Growth requires separation. It's not cruel, it's necessary. Not everyone is assigned to your destiny. Some people are meant to ride with you for a season, not for a lifetime. And if you try to drag people into chapters they weren't designed for, you'll find yourself constantly frustrated. You'll be trying to convince them of your dream, trying to get them to believe, trying to carry their weight. And the truth is, they don't even want to come. Their heart's not in it. They're not willing to change. They're not willing to grow. They're not willing to suffer and sacrifice. And you keep wasting your energy trying to take them somewhere they were never supposed to go. Listen, your calling is personal. Your path is unique. And while you may want everybody to be part of your success story, you need to understand that the higher you go, the fewer people can breathe at that altitude. Everyone doesn't have the lungs to climb where you're climbing. That's just facts. Don't sabotage your calling by trying to please everybody. Don't slow your steps because others can't keep up. Don't dull your shine because it makes others uncomfortable. Some people are lessons, not lifelong companions. Accept it, respect it, and keep moving forward. Because if you don't, you'll never arrive at the place God intended you to be. You'll stay stuck in a place that's no longer feeding your spirit. You'll keep circling around people who don't celebrate you. And before long, you'll forget who you were becoming. You've got to make peace with this truth. Not everyone is meant for your journey. There's a point in life where you've got to stop looking around for validation and just move. You've got to stop thinking your dream needs a committee. Stop thinking your vision needs a cosign. Your purpose was not handed out to a group. It was given to you. It's your job to protect it, nurture it, and follow it, even if you're doing it alone. Because most of the time, the very people you're trying to bring along are the ones planting doubt. They're the ones whispering that it's too risky, that you're not qualified, that you should just play it safe. And if you're not careful, those whispers will get in your spirit. You'll start questioning what you knew was true. You'll start hesitating. And hesitation is the enemy of execution. Look, everybody's not going to get it. They weren't there when you cried. They weren't there when you were praying for a way out. They didn't see you broken. They didn't see you grind. So stop expecting them to understand the fire that's pushing you forward. That fire is yours. That drive is yours. It's not up for debate. It's not up for explanation. And if you wait for everybody to approve of your next move, you'll stay right where you are, frustrated, unfulfilled, and stuck. You've got to learn how to walk in your calling even when no one else claps. You've got to learn how to say, I'm going anyway, even if no one else is going with you. Because your purpose is not a group project. You don't have to hate anybody to grow. You don't have to burn every bridge. You don't have to cut people off with bitterness. You can love them and still leave them. Some people are dear to you. You've laughed together, cried together, built memories. But that doesn't mean they belong in your future. Love is not a life sentence. You can love them from a distance. You can pray for them, wish them well, and still choose to step into your next level without them. That's not being selfish. That's being obedient to your calling. Because if you try to hold on to everyone, you'll lose yourself. You'll compromise. You'll delay your growth. You'll wake up one day in a life that's comfortable for them, but killing your purpose. So yes, it's painful. Yes, it's hard. But love them enough to let go. Love them enough to say, this chapter of our story is over. You don't have to make a big announcement. You don't have to prove anything. Just start walking. The ones who were meant to be part of your journey will catch up. The rest were never meant to go. And you've got to be okay with that. Because this next level of your life is too expensive to bring the wrong people along. Your peace, your purpose, your progress. It all depends on your ability to love with boundaries. Every new level of your life will require a new version of you. And that version comes with a price. Sacrifice is the currency of elevation. If you want to go higher, you've got to let go of what's been holding you down. That means habits, mindsets, relationships. That means letting go of old versions of yourself, the ones that settled, that feared, that doubted. And yes, it means releasing people who don't want to grow. See, climbing is hard. It takes discipline. It takes faith. It takes silence. And a lot of folks don't want that. They want comfort. They want ease. They want to stay in the same place doing the same thing forever. But if you want something different, you've got to do something different. You can't carry everyone. Some people are weights, not wings. And while you're trying to drag them up the mountain, they're pulling you down. You've got to decide what's more important, keeping everyone around you happy or fulfilling the calling on your life. Because you can't have both. Not at the same time. Growth is painful. Letting go is painful. But nothing is more painful than staying stuck somewhere you don't belong. Don't be afraid to lose people. Be afraid to lose yourself trying to please them. Elevation will cost you friends, family, comfort, routine, but what you gain on the other side is worth it. Peace, purpose, freedom, joy. That's the trade. And you've got to be bold enough to make it. At some point, you have to stop explaining, stop apologizing, and start walking. This journey you're on, it's yours. Not everybody is going to get it. Not everybody is going to support it. And not everybody is supposed to come along for the ride. And that's okay. That's not a loss. That's clarity. That's peace. The truth is, you don't need a crowd to validate your calling. You need courage. You need discipline. You need the kind of faith that says, even if I have to do this by myself, I'm still going to do it. Because greatness doesn't wait for consensus. Purpose doesn't pause for popularity. Destiny doesn't ask for permission. And the longer you try to carry everybody with you, the heavier the load becomes, and the harder it is to move forward. You've got to make the choice. Do you want to be accepted, or do you want to be elevated? Because those two don't always go together. Sometimes walking in purpose means walking alone. But here's what I've learned. When you start walking with faith, the right people will find you. The right support, the right tribe, the right relationships. They'll align with your mission. But you've got to start. You've got to move. You've got to release the old in order to receive the new. Let go of the dead weight. Let go of the guilt. Let go of the pressure to be everything to everybody. Focus on being everything God called you to be. That's your assignment. This life is too short, and your calling is too big to keep dragging along people who don't want to grow, who don't want to change, who don't want to believe. Your breakthrough is waiting on the other side of obedience. Your peace is on the other side of release. Your purpose is calling, and it's time to answer, even if you've got to walk into it alone. Remember, you were never built to carry everybody. You were built to fly. Let go. Level up and don't look back.